right?
Bali,
Right?
yes.
Bali,
Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
Bengali, they pronounce in different ways.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like what we discussed,
Sorry.
yes.
Om Namo.
Yes, correct. Thank you. Yes. We'll chant that mantra 3 times together. 1, 2, 3. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So yeah, like what we discussed, previous session about Krishna's disappearance. Apparently, he was shot on his foot, right? So that became like an excuse for him to leave this world. And what I said, that normally even a bullet is shot in somebody's leg, that doesn't cause death for the person, right? So how come an arrow shot at his foot, can cause his so-called apparently death? So Krishna did this, to bewilder people, many materialistic people, and he wanted to end his Leela here. So he needed some kind of an excuse, a reason for people to believe in that way, that he was an, non-believers mainly, that he was like an ordinary person. A person like, Krishna, who protected Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit, he was in the womb of his mother, Uttara, and Ashwathama shot Brahmastra. Brahmastra is the very deadliest weapon. It can destroy the whole universe. So if he could protect his devotee Parikshit when he was in his mother's womb, then how can he be so-called, killed by a small arrow? It doesn't make sense in that sense. Doesn't make sense. So many times, we come across these kind of messages, they become viral, that because Krishna killed in his previous Leela when he was here as Lord Ramachandra, in the form of Lord Ramachandra. So he killed Bali by hiding behind the trees. So same way, because that was karma, implicated on him. So that's why he had to pay back. Actually, Krishna is beyond karma. In one of the sessions, earlier sessions, we talked about 5 things what scriptures teach us, particularly Bhagavad Gita. One is Ishvara, second is Jiva, third is Prakriti, fourth is Kala, time, and fifth is Karma. Right? Out of these 5, 4 are eternal. They exist eternally. So what are these 4? And which one is the fifth one, or the one only, which can be destroyed? Others, they cannot be destroyed.
Karma.
Karma
Karma is what?
can be destroyed.
Can be destroyed.
Can be destroyed. Yes. So for good karma we get reward, that is finished, then it's finished, and for bad karma we have to pay penalty, then it's finished. Of course, there are some kind of provisions made in the scriptures. In that part comes in the Bhagavatam 5th canto, atonement, praishchitta. So when we atone for any bad karma, then it can be nullified, or at least the effect can be minimized. Praishchitta. So yes, karma is the one which can be destroyed. So now Ishvara, Krishna, cannot be destroyed. Right? So how can he be killed? Right? Krishna's Prakriti also is eternal. Kala also, time factor also is eternal. We also, part and parcel of Krishna, we are also eternal. Our soul, spirit soul is eternal. Physical body, biological body, which is made of 5 elements, that goes through changes. And when it becomes useless, a living being has to give up the body and accept another body, depending on the person's karma. Right? So these kind of messages we read, we should not take them seriously. Of course, as I said in the previous session, logically, intellectually, they make sense. They can be very convincing also. But spiritual things are beyond our logical rationale, right? In Bhagavatam, even Narada Muni says, many times he has mentioned when he prays to Krishna that he cannot be understood by a kind of a material intellect. And our tongue, jiva, vani, cannot glorify him enough. We have limited potency, limited strength. So we cannot understand him fully. What to speak of us? Anantashesh, the serpent, Sheshanag, on which Narayana lies on. He has thousands of hoods, thousands of mouths, thousands of tongues. And he also says that cannot glorify Narayana completely. So we have only one tongue. So how can we glorify him? So coming back to that point, we should not be so much affected by these messages. And if we know the person who is sending the message and he is the one who has drafted the message, we should correct that person. Or at least if we are not able to do that, we should not forward these kind of messages. If we forward any message, that means we are endorsing it, right? So we should not endorse such messages. So yes, Krishna left this planet. We said, that because when his mission was accomplished, his mission was to appoint someone who was very righteous person, pious person, to be the emperor of the whole earth planet, Bharatvarsha. Whole earth planet was known as Bharatvarsha, Mahabharata, right? So when he did that, he appointed Maharaj Yudhishthira as the emperor, and after that he said, now his mission is accomplished, so you have to leave. So before him leaving, he made sure that all his other family members, they leave the planet, the Yadu dynasty, Yadavas. And they fought amongst themselves, and they died. Right? Now that also, it doesn't make sense, because they were very learned, very intellectual, they knew all the Vedas, the scriptures, and they were great yogis also. So how come such people, they were succumbed to the temptation of drinking liquor and came under the influence of liquor and misbehaved and started killing each other? Doesn't make sense also. But as I said, Krishna wanted some apparent reason for people like us, materialistic people, to see that this, even Yadus also, they were like ordinary people and they killed each other. But they were not ordinary people. They were descending from the heavenly planets, right? When there was the earth was burdened by the sin, so with the demigods and with Brahma, everybody went at the shore of the ocean of milk, praying to Krishna, to lessen the burden from the shoulders of earth. And Krishna didn't appear personally, just celestial sound, vibration. He called at that time that I will come soon to re-establish the principles of religion and kill the miscreants. And to facilitate my mission, to help me accomplish my mission, and to participate in my activities, the demigods should take birth in the Yadu dynasty. So many demigods came in the form of Yadus. So they also had to go back. After their role was over, there was no point for them to stay back. So this was kind of an excuse used. They were cursed by... Does anyone remember what was the curse?
Gandhari, she cursed.
Sorry?
Gandhari, she cursed Krishna, right?
One was Gandhari's curse.
The sages, right?
Huh?
The sages, they went to ask the sage. One of them dressed up with a sari
Yes,
with the
yes.
iron.
Krishna is one of Krishna's sons.
Yeah.
Krishna has 16,108 wives, right?
Yeah.
And from each wife, he had 10 sons. So you can see the clan, the dynasty was so big, so large. So one of his sons, I think he was the son of Jambavanti, Samba. So these youngsters, they saw some sages there in Dwarka. So they wanted to make fun. Now this was just kind of a glimpse, kind of an indication that these things were going to happen in Kali Yuga. People won't have faith in saintly people. General people, they won't have so much faith in saintly people. And unfortunately, so many bogus gurus are there, unfortunately, in Kali Yuga, because it's the age of deception. So it happened at that time. So these sages were very genuine, very learned. They were Trikaldarshi. That means they knew the past, present, and future. They could see the future also. They could read the future. So they wanted to make fun of these sages. They thought that these are bogus pretenders. So Krishna's son Samba, he dressed up like a woman, and he put a piece of iron around his stomach to make him look like a pregnant woman. So they went in front of the sages and told them. Initially they were praising them. You look very effulgent, very learned. So please tell us, because you know the future also. Please tell us, whether this lady, she's pregnant, whether she's going to give birth to a boy or a girl. Sages became very angry because they were very learned sages. They were not ordinary people. So because that you are trying to make fun of us, we'll curse you this the piece of iron which he is hiding, pretending to be a woman. That piece of iron will become the cause of destruction of your whole clan dynasty. So then they got scared and they fell at the feet of the sages. But of course, the sages, what the curse, what I've given, we've given, it won't go in vain. It will happen like that. So they completely churned, they made the powder of that piece of iron and they threw it in the ocean. Dwarka was at the sea, shore of the sea. But according to the curse of the sages and according to the curse, as you said, in Gandhari, that pieces of iron, they became like a blade of grass. They became very sharp grass. And then these, all the dynasty people, they were drunk, overdrunk. And in that, under the influence of intoxication, they picked up those pieces of grass and then killed each other. And they left. Yes.
Will they fall in the karma, even though they were like the demigods? Will they fall in the karma thing because they killed each other?
No. Because they were helping Krishna. They were following Krishna's instructions. So there was no karma for them also. Like good point you raised, Sanmoji. See, in one of the sessions I said Ashwatthama, Dronacharya's son, right? So these are the characters which were chosen by Krishna to participate in his activities, in his leelas, right? Ashwatthama misused his liberty, his freedom, free will. And he tried to kill Parikshit. Initially tried to kill Pandavas, releasing Brahmastra. And it was not scripted, it was not given in a script that he should do that. But because he got carried away by anger, so he deviated from the original script. And because of that, Krishna took away the gem which was at his forehead. And he was blessed to be immortal. Now he's still alive. Still, till that, the time of his immortality, so-called immortality, is over, he's roaming around. Now because he deviated from the original script, he shortened the Brahmastra first to kill Pandavas, then he redirected to Parikshit, and Krishna protected Parikshit. So because of that, he was punished. Now he has that wound. Now he's thinking, that what's the use of this life? As long as I'm alive, the pain I'm suffering, that is worse than death. So yes, so when they follow proper script, which is given to them, then actually they are rewarded. That's why Kauravas, though they tortured Pandavas throughout their life, right? But after they were killed on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, they were elevated to the heavenly planets. They were promoted because they played their role very well. Does it make sense, Samoji? So we have to see that because demigods, they came down on the instructions of Krishna. So there was no karma binding on them. So coming back to this, even Gandhari also, when Gandhari cursed Krishna, so Krishna was so powerful, he could have counteracted Gandhari's son and could have nullified his curse. But he said, no, it is going to happen. Because he also wanted to finish his Leela. So he accepted that. And as I said, because Gandhari unnecessarily cursed Krishna, so she could not protect her eldest son, Duryodhana. What she could have, if she had not cursed Krishna like that, then she could have protected him. But she could not.
That happened later.
Sorry?
Cursing happened later. पहले सारे मर गए बेटे, फिर कर्स किया. According to the serial, the serial is सब मर गए, सब साफ सफाई हो गई. Then she, out of anger, saying, तूने मेरी पूरी clan, you killed my clan, so I'm cursing you that your clan also will die.
Yeah, see, all other 99 sons got killed, and all other Kaurava soldiers were killed. So now the thing was, the deciding war, mace war, was going to take place between Duryodhana and one of the Pandavas. And at that time it was not sure that it was going to be Bhima as an opponent to Duryodhana. It was not decided at that time. So Duryodhana had to choose one of them. Right? So Krishna went to see Mother Gandhari at Kaurava's tent there. So there she cursed him. So when he was going back to Pandava's side, on the way he saw Duryodhana without wearing any clothes, heading towards Gandhari's tent. So then Krishna told him, that because Krishna knew. So Krishna did not directly tell him, but indirectly told him, that anyway you don't follow social etiquette. What to tell you? So then Duryodhana got very. He felt offended and he felt embarrassed also. And that's why when the mace war was going on between Bhima and Duryodhana, Krishna is the one who told Bhima to hit him here, below the abdomen of the navel. So Krishna did that. So he could have
adjusted a lot of things in the war for the Pandavas to win actually.
Yeah, now why he wanted Pandavas to win?
No, understandable but what it is, but at the end I just feel, not that it's done wrong or anything, but I feel there's a lot of adjustment, right? To say that Ashwatthama died, the elephant died instead of the sun.
Correct. Many
Many things are there where he puts a cloud, so they thought it was already sunset, but it was not.
Yes.
So,
But aren't those like his Leela still like?
So because he wanted to re-establish the religious principles. So for spirituality, to uphold the spirituality, if at lower levels, social level, legal level, moral level, if anything, some adjustments are to be made. The word you use, adjustment. Some things are to be done. So Krishna intervenes.
yeah, but then Kali Yuga has to still come, right? If you're saying the same four thing happens again, like suppose after Kali Yuga will end, again Satyuga will come. Again this thing will happen. So
Yeah, again, this thing, it's not necessary that again Mahabharat war will happen. Other Leelas will happen. Krishna keeps on coming in each yuga, in different incarnations. So his Leelas, activities are different, unlimited. Like, Lord Ramachandra appeared in Treta Yuga. He killed Ravana and Kumbhakarna, right? So it's not that again when the Treta Yuga comes, Ravana and Kumbhakarna will come. No. Who were Ravana and Kumbhakarna originally? Who were they?
His brother, no.
They were brothers, of course, but who were they originally? They were the doorkeepers of Lord Narayan, Lord Vishnu, Jaya and Vijay.
Yes.
So they were cursed by 4 Kumaras, Brahma's 4 sons, because Jaya and Vijay did not allow Kumaras to enter Vaikuntha planet. So they were cursed. So it's not that, again and again the 4 Kumaras will go there and again curse Jaya and Vijay, and Jaya Vijay will come, Ravana and Kumbhakarna, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, Shishupal and Dantavakra. So, yes, Krishna comes, Lord Ramachandra also comes. Lord Ramachandra comes every Treta Yuga. But the Leelas are different. The pastimes are different. See, we keep on repeating mistakes. But Jay and Vijay, they won't keep on repeating mistakes. 4 Kumaras will not keep on repeating mistakes, right? So we are human beings, we keep on repeating mistakes. And when the When we have to pay the penalty for mistakes, at that time we come to our senses and then we pray, oh, please forgive me, I'll be a nice person later and all that. But when that misery is over, again back to square one. That's why Krishna has to keep on slapping left and right, again and again to us. Till we learn the final lesson. Right? Until we learn that, these things will keep on happening. So coming back to that, what you, a very good point she raised, Anmolji, that if Krishna could intervene and he could make the sun planet disappear for a while. So what to speak of, just removing the arrow and protecting his life? Why would he die like that? Die is not the right word, apparently. He died like that. So he could have easily protected himself. But because his mission was complete, he had to go back. And then he goes back, then he goes to some other universe to perform his pastimes. Like, the sun planet, now here is about to set, right? The sun planet is already set now. But in India it's still on. Right? And in the Western countries, it will be still on, 12 hours behind, right? So the sun planet is one. But because the earth is revolving, his appearance, his shape, and his form is different at different timings. So Krishna also is the same, he keeps on going to different universes and playing different pastimes. So his leelas are continuously happening in different universes in different ways. So each universe, when he goes there, then once his objective is served, completed, then he leaves. He is very detached. One of his qualities, he is detached.
क्या बोलते हैं detached को?
Vairagya, detachment, vairagya.
So do you know which universe Krishna is in now?
Sorry?
Which universe is Krishna in now?
That I'm not sure. Yeah.
By universe you mean like other places on planet Earth? Or
Not planet
universe?
Earth. Planet Earth is one of the planets in this universe.
Yeah. So you
Our
Galaxy.
universe is the smallest.
Yeah.
There are millions and billions and trillions of universes in the creation, material creation. And in each universe, there are millions and billions and trillions of planets. So our universe is the smallest.
So what is he doing there?
What is he?
Doing that in the other universe.
Different leelas, no? Depending on what kind of objective he has to achieve. He will do that leela there.
So different galaxy, different. Okay.
Sorry?
Galaxy बोलते हैं या पता नहीं. there's no-
Galaxy is the whole
Galaxy.
universe. Galaxy is the whole
Galaxy
universe.
is
Only one universe. That's our universe. And our universe is the smallest. That's why our universe, Brahma, has only 4 heads. There are universes which are big. Brahma has thousands of heads, depending on the size of the universe, what he has to monitor. So it's very, very, sometimes, it is inconceivable. The whole kind of, the subject is inconceivable. We cannot conceive that. It cannot be conceived in our limited mind, limited intellect.
Limited brain.
Yeah. So that's why even Ananta Shesh also says, his leelas are unlimited. Anant. There is no end to it. So whatever limited understanding we can gain by reading, by discussing all these things, those things also are enough for us to purify ourselves. Enough. So when our consciousness is purified, then we qualify to get liberated. In the pure form we can go back. Our Earth planet, it was so pure in the previous yuga also. The demigods used to visit our Earth planet. It was so beautiful. And very pious. People were very pious. But now in Kali Yuga, it is said jokingly that what to speak of demigods visiting this Earth planet. They don't even want to come and pass their urine here. It's so impure, impious. So coming back to that point, that my essence was that you send very nice message. This kind of messages, are going around. People, they fabricate these kind of messages, and it is not mentioned in the scriptures. I think one of the sessions I said, even when after killing Kamsa, when Krishna went to release Vasudeva and Devaki, so Devaki complained to him, why it took so long for you, 14 years. So then he said, in the previous Leela, you were Kekai, you sent me to forest for 14 years, so that's why you had to suffer for 14 years. And then she asked, now this was in the message, Kekai asked him then, who is Kaushalya? And he said, Kaushalya is Yashoda. Because Kaushalya was deprived of my association for 14 years, so then that's why I stayed with Yashoda for 14 years. And it is nowhere mentioned in the Bhagavatam or Ramayana. The whole pastime was completely different. There is no mention that that Kaushalya became Yashoda and Kekai became Devaki. No. These are all fabricated things. But as I said, that if we do not have the background, then the subject, when we read these kind of messages, so convincing. Because logically it makes sense, no?
So that's
Yeah.
not true, right?
Huh?
That's actually not true.
Not true, not at all. Not at all.
So everything is written in the Vedantas and Purans. That's all these books, scriptures come from. So
Yeah. So who remembers that? Who was Krishna in his previous life? And who were Devaki and Vasudeva in their previous life? If Devaki was not Kekai in a previous life, who was she? Does anyone remember? We talked about it in one of the sessions. Now don't say that you were absent at that time.
No, I was present, sure.
Does anyone know? Does anyone remember?
Somebody who prayed God that I want a child like you.
Hmm.
So you can't have child like him. So you might. The idea was that okay, उसके जैसा नहीं है तो उसी को ही.
Yes. Yes, you're right. You're right.
But उसका the couple का नाम I forget.
Yes.
There's a couple who prayed.
Yes.
Prayed.
In Satya Yuga, there were Prishni and Sutapa, King Sutapa, and his wife Prishni. So they prayed, they did austerity for thousands of years. So Lord Narayan was very pleased. So he appeared in front of them. And you're right, she said that we want a son like you. So Narayan said, there is no one like me. So I will come as your son. And 3 times. So first time he appeared as her son, known as Prishni Garbha. That means who took birth from the womb of Prishni. Prishni Garbha. So he was son of Sutapa and Prishni. Second time, he came as Vamana Dev, dwarf incarnation. So Sutapa and Prishni, they became Kashyapa Muni and Aditi. So Vamana Dev came second time as their son. Narayan came as his son second time as Vamana Dev. And third time was Vasudeva and Devaki. So Krishna came as his son. So these were the 3 times when Krishna came as his son. Lord Ramachandra is not in that equation. Lord Ramachandra is the incarnation of Vishnu. Right? So yeah, we need to be clear about what is mentioned in the scriptures, and we should not be so much affected, influenced by these kind of messages. Though logically they sound quite nice, right? But these are like if we present some things or mispresent something, misinterpret and mispresent something, and if that gives wrong message to others, then it's an offense. It becomes an offense spiritually. And it can affect our spiritual progress. So we have to be very mindful about this.
But there are many comparisons like this. एक दिन को 12 बजे पैदा हुआ, एक रात को 12 बजे पैदा हुआ, एक सूर्य देव उसका अंश है वो मून है.
Correct.
Like that there are many. I've heard like 8-10 comparison. Either they're equal or they're exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like you are telling some. One of them, like you say, 14 years in there, 14 years. I don't know.
Yeah, so
Then we
but
don't
that
know which
14
one is true, which one is not true.
Yeah, so that's why we have to refer to the scriptures. Huh? The original scriptures, if we refer to those original scriptures, then we'll get the right information.
Means we need to verify.
So when you said Ram is an incarnation of Vishnu, and Krishna came from Narayan. What's the difference?
No, see, this also we discuss. Many times people they say Krishna is incarnation of Lord Vishnu,
Mm-hmm.
right? Narayan, Vishnu, same, no?
Same,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
so, yeah.
So different names. So in each Dwapar Yuga,
Mm.
Krishna comes. But once in Brahma's day, in one Dwapar Yuga, Krishna comes himself. He himself comes from Golok Vrindavan. He doesn't come as incarnation of Vishnu. Sham Sundar. But otherwise he comes as a Vishnu's incarnation. So both statements are right.
Same.
Both statements are right. So we are fortunate that the Dwapar Yuga, which was before this Kali Yuga, this was a time when Krishna, he himself came, not as incarnation of Vishnu. This also in one of the sessions where I mentioned to you, just to refresh your memory, because I also used to get confused when I used to read the scriptures in childhood. It was our practice, we trained up in that when before going to school and later on before going to college. One chapter from Bhagavatam and one shloka from Bhagavad Gita I should read before leaving the house. So I used to get confused that because in Mahabharata there is one incident when one Brahmana he approached Arjuna because he lost his 7 sons. As soon as the child was born, the child would disappear in the space. So 8th time when the Brahmana's wife was pregnant, he came to Arjuna and told him, "You are a Kshatriya, you are a warrior. So it's your duty to protect the citizens. So now my wife is going to give birth to 8th child, so you to protect him." So Arjuna said, "I will protect." So what he did, when the Brahmana's wife was getting labor pain, he created a room with his arrows, chanting specific mantras. And Arjuna told Brahmana that even Yamaraj, what to speak of Yamaduta, even Yamaraj himself also cannot enter this room. And I will stand outside the room. I will guard the room. I will protect your wife. And if I fail to protect your wife and child, I will enter into fire. I will ignite fire by chanting, invoking Agni Astra, and I will enter into that. I will kill myself. So what happened when the child was born? Little bit of gap between 2 arrows happened and the child disappeared. So Brahmana was so angry with Arjuna, told him, "You are not worthy of carrying Gandiva bow. You should give up. And what to speak of carrying Gandiva bow? You are not worthy of calling yourself a warrior, a Kshatriya, who cannot protect the citizen." So Arjuna got ready to kill himself. At that time Krishna came and Krishna stopped him. And Krishna told him, "I know where Ramana's boys have gone and I will take you there." So Krishna brought Arjuna to Vaikuntha planet. And Lord Vishnu, when he came to know that Krishna has arrived there, he was lying down on the Anantashesh. He got up and he made the Aarti plate, offered with nice Aarti to Krishna and Arjuna. So I asked my father, if Krishna is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, how can Vishnu is offering Aarti to Krishna? So he said, his Leela cannot understand.
So he
His
himself
Leela.
is doing that to himself.
Sorry?
So he
Yes.
himself is doing that to himself.
Correct. Right? So later on, after I read Srila Prabhupada's book and purports given by Srila Prabhupada in the Bhagavatam, then I came to know actually Krishna is the supreme. Vishnu is expansion of Krishna, not even direct expansion. So that's why Lord Vishnu offered Aarti. Then Lord Vishnu told Krishna that I knew, only you will come to know that I am the one who stole Brahmana's children. Now all the 8 sons are here, you can take them. So when Arjuna also was scratching his head, when they returned, what is happening here? That means my friend, my cousin, Krishna, I tease him so much. We played together in childhood and he is even superior to Lord Vishnu. That's why during Bhagavad Gita, he apologized to Krishna. Sorry, for misunderstanding you. I could not understand you properly.
When does he apologize? Almost at the end of the Gita, wasn't it? Or beginning? Or where does he apologize?
Sorry, which one?
I didn't understand. Then when does Arjuna apologize Krishna that I misunderstood
I think
you?
when you showed
In
him his-
Bhagavad Gita. In
when
Bhagavad
you
Gita.
showed him his that
Which-
full
I don't know exactly which
But
chapter.
there is.
There is.
Yeah.
And then Krishna told him, that like when the baby is in the womb of the mother, so baby kicks, so mother doesn't feel offended. Mother actually enjoys that. So Krishna said, I enjoyed you're playing with me in a mischievous way and all that, treating me as a friend. I enjoyed that. So that's a different bhav, different mellow, right? Different rasa. So this was one incident. I got confused by it. And second incident is in the Bhagavad Gita, after each chapter is the Mahatmya, significance of each chapter. So the significance of the, I think, 18th chapter, it was mentioned that Mother Lakshmi is massaging Lord Vishnu's feet. And Lord Vishnu is smiling. So Mother Lakshmi is saying, you are enjoying my massage so much that you are feeling so comfortable, you are smiling. Very beautiful smile on your face. Lord Vishnu said, no, it's not because of your massage. I'm feeling so comfortable. I'm remembering the wonderful shlokas which came from the lotus mouth of Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which he gave, the instructions he gave to Arjuna. I'm remembering those shlokas. I'm visualizing that scene. So because of that, I'm smiling. So I was just wondering, how come Vishnu is speaking about himself like that? He himself appeared as Krishna, and he's talking like that. I'm remembering the shlokas spoken by Krishna. What is this? So then, after reading the purpose, as I said, that point was clarified. So Krishna's Goloka Vrindavan is above all the Vaikuntha planets. What's the meaning of Vaikuntha?
Heaven.
No, heaven is in the material world. Vaikuntha planets are in the spiritual world, above, much higher than the heavenly planets. Why Kuntha? Kuntha means anxiety, worry, misery. When Y is added as prefix, that means without any anxiety. There is no anxiety in Vaikuntha planet. No material anxiety. Spiritual anxiety is there. Because there also the devotees are anxious how to serve him, how to serve Krishna. So that spiritual anxiety is there, but no material anxiety. How can I pay my bills today? That kind of anxiety is not there. So that's why they are called Vaikuntha planets. So Krishna's Golok Vrindavan is much, much higher than all the Vaikuntha planets. So the point I want to make, that when we read this the scriptures from the original source, then we get the original information. Otherwise, there are so many people, they come up with different mental concoctions, they have different narratives, they have fabricated stories, they have. They sound nice, but we have to see whether they are authentic or not. Authenticity is very important. That's why they said, 3 things we need to depend on to test, whether the spiritual subject is authentic or not. Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. What the Guru says, and Guru's Vachana also should be backed by the Shastras. Sadhu's Vachanas also should be backed by the Shastras. They cannot come up with any made up stories. If they do that, that means they are not bona fide Gurus. Gurus always will follow the scriptures, what is mentioned in the scriptures. This also, I think you may remember, I shared with you, because that's the sign of Kali Yuga, very common in Kali Yuga, these things happen. And these things will happen more and more. Like on one Guru Purnima day, quite some time ago, I went to do Vastu consultation for one Indian family. So after we discussed about this, then they offered me some fruits. They were getting ready to go to office. Z News channel was on, and it was Guru Purnima day, Vyasadev's Guru Purnima. I won't disclose the name of that Guru. It's very popular. So they showed, Z TV, they were showing that his followers, some disciples were there around him. So one of the followers asked him, Gurudev, if we say God resides in everyone's heart, then why do we commit sin? Very nice question, right? So the client was saying, Vinodji, very nice question is asked. Let's see what the answer is. So that Guru closed his eyes for a moment. Then he opened eyes and he said, don't you think that God goes to sleep sometimes? So when God goes to sleep, people commit sin. Now, at any moment, at least one person is committing sin. That means God is always eternally sleeping. And see, the thing is that his followers, his disciples, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, words of wisdom. What words of wisdom? So when my client was saying, what is this? So then he asked me, what answer would you have been? I said, no, same question Arjuna also asked from Krishna. The wordings were different. Arjuna went to that extent, he said, living beings, even after knowing that what act they are going to perform, they're going to do, it's sin. It's an offense. But still they do it. Right? So what kind of force is there which pushes them to do it? One word Krishna said. Lust, temptation. So when they succumb to this, they commit sin. Even after having full knowledge. Krishna never said, when I go to sleep, when the people commit sin. When I go to sleep. So the point is, that we need to see the authenticity of the person.
But we are even less qualified to see the authenticity of the Guru. We are even less knowledgeable, less experienced.
Because we are less knowledgeable, that's why we need Guru.
हाँ तो कैसे पता पड़े ये authentic है ये क्या है क्योंकि मुझ में तो capacity है नहीं.
So that's why we need to read scriptures as well. Our Vedic culture research, it says it does not encourage us or does not advise us to follow someone blindly.
But they should be also
Follow someone with full awareness. You have to be aware.
This is what exactly you're saying. Nowadays we lack. I yet have to see किसके घर में दिन में एक श्लोका पढ़ते हैं या एक किताब spiritual, but I don't see it. I somehow, even I'm one of them.
Unfortunately,
So
yes.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
this is what we are lacking. I mean, you're encouraging that we should not blindly follow, but read.
Yes.
But we
Yes.
don't. We hardly do. I don't know anyone who reads. My dad used to read Gita every day, but he passed away, and that's.
See, but
I don't see anybody else who does it.
Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. Now, see, the responsibility is on the seniors in the family, elders in the family. Right? They have to do that, and they have to set an example. Just by telling the youngsters will not listen. Actions speak louder than words, right? So they have to follow us.
And we don't do it, so our kids are not going to do it anyway.
Like it is said, if you want to put tilak on somebody's forehead, at least you have to put little tilak on your finger first. Then only you can apply tilak on somebody else, right? Only just instructing others, and we don't do ourselves, it won't have that effect. Like in childhood, I grew up in neighborhood of Gujaratis, and so during Navratri time, they rasa dance and all that. So one lady, she untied her hair, then dancing like that, and saying that Mata has entered into me. In her family members also saying, Mata has entered into her, Devi has entered into her. So we were quite young teenagers, So one of our friends, he took one pin, poked on her feet. Immediately she screamed. Then he said, what kind of Mata is that, being affected by? So the thing is that, people, they do these kind of things to attract innocent people. So we need to be very careful. Spiritual path, generally it is very simple, but because of such people, it becomes very complex. Difficult to understand what is right, what is wrong. So the responsibility lies on our shoulders. We need to keep on having that habit of reading scriptures.
But is it okay to do it with that intention for our own spiritual growth as well as for your family members, like so that hopefully something will penetrate?
Yes.
It's okay to do it with those two intentions.
Yes.
It's not being selfish.
No. Like I give our example now. My wife doesn't come here on Wednesday because bi-weekly we gather here, and next day Thursday bi-weekly she facilitates class on Bhagavad Gita in Loas Park. So this idea also came up with one of the ladies there. Her daughter studying in the UK. her daughter's roommate was a Muslim girl. When she came to Hong Kong, she told her mother, I want to convert. I want to become a Muslim. Mother said, what nonsense is that? She said, I'm 20 now. At the age of 20, I do not know so much about our culture or Hinduism. But I stayed with my roommate for 2 years. She taught me everything about Quran, about Islam. And that makes so much sense. So this lady called my wife. She said, can you come and speak to her and put some sense in her head? My wife spoke to her. Then she said, if that knowledge is not shared with you, that doesn't mean our scripture, our Vedic culture is inferior to Islam. Now it is your duty also. If you did not learn because your parents are busy, if they did not teach you, now you have to find the effort before you decide. And before you come to the conclusion that Islam is superior to Hindu culture. You don't know about Hinduism much. Right? You yourself said you don't know much about it. So without knowing about it, how can you compare? So then girl understood. Then from that point, we have been having regular satsangs there in Rose Park. So the lady, young girl's mother said, that can you conduct Bhagavad Gita classes for the youngsters? My wife said, no, not for youngsters, for you. You can bring your children also, but you also should come. Otherwise, if your children come for the discussion, they come back home and they want to discuss something with you, you're blank. So it will not be motivating, right, for them. They will lose interest. But if they come back home and you have same kind of subject to discuss, it will generate more enthusiasm.
So Islam, the Muslims, it's a subject for them.
Sorry?
It's a compulsory subject in their
Yes,
school.
yes.
They have to, even here in Hong Kong, they have, it's a subject, they have to learn it.
Yeah.
Learn what?
The Quran, all the Muslims in the school, it's a subject, it's compulsory as a subject in there.
Yeah.
That's why
Religious studies, no, they study different things.
Yeah.
Right, Buddhism also they study
No.
Islam.
You
In the
talk about the
Islam,
Muslim schools.
Muslim schools will only have their Muslims. So they have to do it. They have to.
Ah,
learn
you're
from
talking about that.
childhood.
Yes, it's
That's
compulsory
why
for
the
them.
Muslims are all they know so much about.
Same in
They also
Christian. I
sent.
went to
Yeah?
Christian
They are
school
also
all my
sent.
life. And I remember
That's-
coming
yeah,
home
because I
telling my
don't
mom,
know.
crying,
Send
can I become Christian? Because
Yes.
it makes so much sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
they
my
study the
mom
Quran.
was-
Plus, it's a subject
Charity
in the
Vaya.
school.
Yeah.
So it's compulsory to learn
You know,
every.
but
And they
So
I
they
I
might
went
not
through
have
same
maths,
because
they
nobody
might not
teaches
have
you
maths
anything
every
else.
they'll have the-
See, we are not here to discuss about comparing different faiths. It's not our objective here. But my point is, we need to. Our heritage is very rich. So we are very fortunate. So we need to safeguard that, take advantage of that, and share with others. Now the decision should be at individual level, what they want to follow. We don't have to impose. We are not here to convince anyone. But if the subject matter has some depth, if the person sees, there is some depth, some logic, some sense behind it, that person, individual, will automatically be convinced. We don't have to put any effort to convince anyone.
It's the British who destroyed all the gurukuls, and the British ever since Nehru came, madrasas can be
Yeah,
open,
that's
Christian can open, but Hindu can't open
Correct,
a gurukul.
yes.
It is the British
It was
Empire
illegal.
who did it purposely to destroy us, and the first step to destroy is kill the education of this.
Now see, one other thing I want to share with you. Long time ago, I was giving a lecture at Chinese University of Hong Kong. It was Shivaratri time, so on Lord Shiva's day. ISKCON had some kind of collaboration with Chinese University of Hong Kong. They started a course on studies of Indian culture and religion. So the students, university students were there. So I was showing on the screen Lord Shiva's posture, sitting in the lotus pose. Now see, you'll be surprised to hear what I'm going to share with you now. One young lady, young student, she said that Mr. Sharma, this Shiva's pose, sitting in the lotus cross-legged pose, she said. But here, the position of legs different. Some postures, some photos I've seen is different. How many of us
Never
notice
noticed. Never. I never.
And it's true, right? In some photos you will see his left foot is inside, and some you see right foot is inside. So she asked from yoga perspective, which one is the right way to do it? Lotus pose, the cross-legged pose. I said both are right. So I said, that if you put your left foot inside, it puts the pressure on the right nadi, the Pingala nadi. Then the Ida nadi becomes more active. So in the daytime, if you are doing lotus pose, you should put your left foot inside first and right foot on top. If you are doing after sunset and before sunrise, then you put the pressure by your right foot putting inside in the groin area. Then the left channel is blocked and the right channel is open. So after sunset, the body needs more fire. So for that, the right channel, which is connected with the sun, Pingala nadi, which generates heat, that should be more active. So that's the right way of doing it.
So after sunset, right leg in.
Right foot inside, yes. After sunset and before sunrise, in the absence of sun, because then it will generate heat in the body.
But also in yoga.
So sorry, I've conducted many workshops on yoga before that, but not even a single person, Indian person, noticed that.
Yeah, never.
Because we just focus on his face.
Huh?
We focus on the face. It's a fact, yeah.
Yes, the focus should start from the feet.
Yeah.
And this also, Asim, it's good that you raise this point. Whenever we go to any temple, when we see any deity, Vigraha, Archa Vigraha, we should have darshan from the feet and go upwards.
Yeah.
Bhagavatam also, the first canto is considered as Krishna's feet, first two cantos. So starting from there.
So even when we're doing the aarti, we should start from the feet.
From the feet.
Twice.
Even Abhishek also, when we do bathing of the deities, start from the feet. So this is about Krishna's disappearance. So we should not be so much affected, influenced by what people are saying. We always have to read the scripture, what is mentioned in the scriptures. So now the next slide. Any question here before we proceed? Pandavas leaving the planet, completing their mission. How did they leave? How did they go to the heavenly planets?
They
walked up
Himalaya.
and
Himalayas गए.
Himalaya.
नहीं, एक पीछे से disappear हुआ, फिर पीछे से एक मायने. द्रौपदी सबसे पहले गई, I think.
No, she didn't
I
go.
read it long time ago. I could,
I think she went.
I thought Draupadi didn't go.
She
Where?
walked
द्रौपदी
With
गई.
them?
walked with them.
She walked with them?
She
Yeah, she walked.
She did. Oh.
Yes,
She
yes.
was the first to.
She was the first one to fall.
First to fall.
Yudhishthira the last.
Hmm?
Yudhishthira was the last.
Yes.
Yeah, because last time we said she didn't go.
Draupadi and all other four brothers, they left the body here. They could not go in their original body to the heavenly planets. Only Yudhishthira was the one who could go in the same body to the heavenly planets.
एक कुत्ता भी था ना इनके साथ.
Yes, one dog also was there. So first Draupadi fell. So Bhima asked Yudhishthira, why is she not qualified to go to heavenly planets in her own whole original body? See now from this also what we can learn. Maharaj Yudhishthira said because though she was married to all five of us, but she favored Arjuna more. So because of her partiality, more concern for Arjuna, she is not qualified to go to heaven planet. A person has to be very neutral to be there. Like sun planet, he shares his light with everybody, right? He doesn't hold his right back or energy back. If the person is sinful, I will not share. No. Neutral. Then Sahadev fell. So Bhima asked the reason. So Maharaj Yudhishthira said that he was very much proud. He was proud about his tolerance. Sahadev, Sohan Shakti. Then Nakula fell down. So Bhima asked about him. He said because he was so much proud of his beauty. Nakula was the most beautiful amongst all five brothers. So because of that, he is not qualified. Then Arjuna fell. So Bhima said Arjuna was Krishna's friend. Krishna gave knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Then Maharaj Yudhishthira said he was proud of his bow, Kandiva bow, his archery. He was the ace archer, and because of that he became very proud. Then Bhima fell. So Bhima said, now you tell me about me. Why? Yudhishthira said because he was so attached to food.
Do?
Attached to food.
He loved food.
So that attachment, because of that you cannot go. And then Lord Indra, he himself came to receive Maharaj Yudhishthira. Brought the chariot from the heavenly planets. Told Maharaj Yudhishthira to go. Maharaj Yudhishthira said, I will not go alone. Indra said then, he said this, my wife left me, my brothers left me, but this dog is following me, still with me. He is very faithful. So I have to bring him also with me. So Indra initially said, no, dogs are not allowed to heavenly planets. So Yudhishthira said, then I'm not interested. I cannot leave him. He has not left me so far, so I also cannot leave him. I cannot abandon him. Then from that dog, Dharmaraj appeared. Dharmaraj was the one who was walking in the form of dog. That's why in India, you may be knowing, many traditional families, women, when they cook in the morning, first cooking they do. First roti they keep cow and then for the dog. Because the dog is considered as a representative of Dharmaraj, Dharma. So
And
Dharmaraj
the cow-
appeared.
The cow is representative of what? Who?
Cow. All demigods, they reside in the cow. No?
So all demigods in cow. Then we also pray to monkey because monkey reminds us of Hanuman. No?
But we don't feed the monkey first thing, no?
Huh?
We're talking about feeding.
Yeah,
When you're
but जहाँ भी monkey Indians देखते हैं हनुमान हमारा
Yeah, so it is good they remember Hanuman because of that.
So कितने जानवरों को
But when we talk about giving the first roti, so they keep aside for cow and a dog.
So a lot of people also feed the crow. What does that signify?
Crows, they represent the ancestors,
Ancestors.
and that's mainly during the Shraddha Paksh
Okay.
in the Bhadra month, during the Pitru Paksh. Yeah.
सब tradition चले गए आजकल कोई नहीं करता है
Now, see, unfortunately, no offense to anyone, but many gurus, they also tell people don't follow all these things. These things are useless. These things are superstitious things. Don't follow.
Yeah, सिर्फ meditation
So they neglect the scriptures. Scriptures are compiled by the Param Guru, Vyasadeva. They neglect his teachings, Vyasadev's teachings. And they accept the Dakshina on Vyasadev's Guru Purnima. See the hypocrisy? They don't have any right to accept any Guru Dakshina on the appearance of Vyasadeva after not following him. That also is a big offense. So Maharaj Yudhishthira said, that I will not abandon him. So Dharmaraj appeared. He said, I wanted to test you. So you are fully qualified to go to heavenly planets, even in this whole, the earthly body. Only his one toe was melted, left big toe. Because of, now in Mahabharata, apparent reason is mentioned because he lied to his guru. But actual reason is because he showed his reluctance for not following Krishna's instructions. Because he was holding back the moral truthfulness, the material truthfulness, social truthfulness, social etiquette.
But one more thing, अगर सब लोग किसी न किसी बात पे proud थे, तो ये भी कम नहीं था. He was very proud that I'm very righteous. इसीलिए दुर्योधन ने in the game he lost because he was so proud that I've never lied, I've never sinned or things like that.
No, he was not proud about it. See, now see, if a lion roars, we don't say the lion has become very proud. That's lion's nature.
Say again?
A lion roaring of the lion when we hear, we cannot say lion has become very proud, he's roaring so much. Right?
Okay.
That's the lion's nature. So Yudhishthira Maharaj also used to just present himself that I am a truthful person, I don't lie. That was his quality. It was not his pride. But on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he showed the reluctance to obey Krishna's instructions. Now, absolute truth is telling you to lie. Why are you holding on to your material truthfulness? So, because of that, his left big toe got melted. And also, not right big toe got melted. Because normally, as I mentioned, in the previous session, when Dhritarashtra, Gandhari and Kunti, they went to the forest, Vanaprastha, etc. They left the body and then they burnt the body, igniting fire from the leg big toe.
Left or right?
Left,
Oh,
left big toe. They ignited the fire from there. Because the left side is the one we keep on receiving the energy from the universe. So now, Maharaj Yudhishthira, since he was going to the heavenly planets in his own original body, there was no need for him to have left big toe, right? There was no need for him to burn his body. So his left big toe got melted. Because he showed his reluctance for not following this Krishna's instruction. Now, when he went to heavenly planets, what happened there? Does anyone know what happened there? He saw all the Kauravas. He saw Shakuni, Uncle Shakuni. He saw Karna. Everybody was enjoying there. He did not see his brothers. He did not see Draupadi there. So he asked one of the demigods, what is happening? Why are my brothers so not there? So he said, they are somewhere else. So he said, please take me there. So that man, he brought him to hell. So he saw so much of misery and all that. So he said, this is a very horrible place, Why have you brought me here? Take me back there. So Bhasan said, okay. So when he was leaving the hellish planet, then the living beings without having gross body, they were crying and pleading to him, please don't leave. When you came here, we felt so comfortable, otherwise we were feeling so miserable here in hell. So please stay here. Your presence made us feel so comfortable because your aura is so fun, so potent. So Maharaj Yudhishthira said, okay, if my presence is making them comfortable, I want to stay here. I don't care about my brothers and my wife. So then Lord Indra appeared there. Then everything with that, the miserable situation was there, surroundings, everything disappeared. Indra said, this was not the original hellish planet. This I created just to test you again. After you came here from Earth planet, here, your consciousness has been the same. You're the same person. Being in different situations, it doesn't affect you. You maintain equipoise position of yours, your consciousness. But now, because you are still a little bit attachment you're showing towards your own brothers and wife, so that is not allowed here. Here you have to be very neutral. Then he told him to take bath in the pond there. He said you take bath in this pond, then that that attachment, the earthly attachment will go. Very minute attachment here, that will go. And then you will become equal to even Kauravas also. So see here, in Mahabharata.
Did you take a bath in Mansarovar?
Not Mansarovar. Mansarovar is not there. Mansarovar is on the earth planet. So special holy water there in the heavenly planets. So Vyasadeva, he mentioned something very important at this part of Mahabharata. He says that many people, they wonder, Kauravas, they harassed Pandavas so much. Even Duryodhana tried to arrest Krishna when he went as a peace messenger. Right?
Yeah.
Offense, big offense. But still, he is enjoying it in heavenly planets. How come? So then he said, because they played their role very nicely. Whatever role was given to them, they played the role very nicely, so they were rewarded. Like, in Bollywood movies also, right? If any actor, any character, artist plays very well, he gets award. Right? Different groups, they award them, give them the award. Because they play the role very nicely. Even the villain, negative role players, also they get the award.
But then what about the Pandavas? Why weren't they with them in that same planet?
No, it was
Oh, that's
Indra's
it.
arrangement. So at that time, Yudhishthira Maharaj did not see them there in the heavenly planet. After taking bath in that pond, when he came back to the heavenly planet, he saw everybody was there.
Oh, they were
And
there.
Pandavas also were enjoying with Kauravas together, laughing, joking. Everything was very normal. So yes, this is the way the Pandavas left the earth planet.
So they were king for 35,000 years. ऐसा कुछ पढ़ा था या 42,000. And who was the next? किसको छोड़ के गए? Who was the next?
Parikshit.
Dhruv? Oh,
Parikshit.
The son of Arjuna.
So Dhruva was in the Satya Yuga.
Ah.
Parikshit Maharaj. He was the next emperor. He became the emperor of the whole earth planet. Whole earth planet was known as Mahabharata. That's why we see, sometimes we see, and many foreigners, they become so attracted to our Vedic culture. So we think they are Americans, European or somebody, but actually they are originally from the Bharatvarsha. That's why that, that in DNA, that is there, that culture is there. That's why they get attracted easily. And on the other hand, as you said, that we Indians are forgetting.
We're going more towards the West.
More towards the West. We think that, that's an advancement. But actually that is regression. That's not progress. We are going backward. Spiritually, we are going backward. Once a very interesting thing happened in our temple. One sannyasi guru was there. So one Indian man, he asked him that proportionately, we see so many sinful activities happening, so many bad things happening in India. In spite of having so much knowledge, India is known as the land of spirituality. So, in spite of having so much knowledge, despite having so much knowledge, people, they are committing so many nonsense things, doing so many nonsense things. Why? The Guru gave a very nice answer. He said, when there is a war between two countries, so each country would try to attack the opponent's place, where they have the weapons. So if the weapons are destroyed, the opponent will surrender, right? So now he said that war is going on between Kali Yuga, Kali personified, and Dharma. So Dharma has his weapons in India. So Kali is attacking India first. He's twisting Indians' minds. That's why Indians are the one who demean our own culture. Look down upon this superstitious thing, don't follow these things and all that. And by saying that, they think that they are so advanced, so secular.
Somewhere I read हिंदुओं का दुश्मन नंबर वन दुश्मन खुद हिंदूज ही है, हिंदू का दुश्मन दूसरा हिंदू आके उसको दुश्मन
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
So this is for that reason, before also several times I've said, we are very fortunate that, at least by Krishna's mercy, we have this avenue, we have this, opening to learn different things. Different sources are there. So many gurus come. There are so many genuine gurus also who come to Hong Kong, give nice discourses. All of them, they are not bogus, some of them. And they spoil the name of the bona fide gurus as well. Because then, people start labeling them. Oh, you're like this, you're like that. All gurus are like that. So this is fallacy of generalization. That also is wrong for people to do that. There are some nice, very bona fide gurus, they come. So we should listen to them, Then when we listen, what happens, out of we have 5 senses of perception, right? Sense of vision, sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of hearing, and sense of touch. Which one has the strongest influence?
Here.
Eyes, vision. See, when we see somebody beautiful person, we get attracted or distracted. And when we get some fragrance from somebody's, some aroma we feel nice about it. And some soft things we like to touch, so it gives satisfaction through sense of touch. But when a beautiful person, good looking person, and very nice fragrance on the person's body also, if that person speaks something nonsense, we don't want to look at that person again. So sense of hearing has the most impact on our consciousness. That's why hearing in Navvidha Bhakti, 9 processes of Bhakti, hearing is the first one. Shravanam. After that Kirtanam. Vishnu Smaranam. So first one is Shravan. To hear, to listen. And that has purifying effect on our consciousness. So we should hear these gurus, these saintly people. So when the person who is sticking to the scriptures, speaking from the scriptures, so when we listen to such saintly people, then it has purifying effect on our consciousness. Otherwise, if we hear, as I said, something logically may sound nice, mentally we may feel good about that, but it has polluting effect on our consciousness. Our consciousness becomes polluted, contaminated by that. Any question here or any comment? You have any comment?
I have a question, but at the end.
We are at the end.
Not to, something to do with Bhagavatam, but not affecting it. Okay, maybe I'll shoot it. I don't know. Am I allowed to say? My daughter is pregnant, and beta hoega. Already we know it's a son, and so like I have a question. I love the Bhagavatam so much. I see the names of Gita. ठीक है, Gita नाम सुना है. Why our children? None of our children name is Bhagavatam. You know, can I put my grandson's name Bhagavatam?
Why not?
Is it nice? Is it like, because nobody has, I've not heard. कर सकती हूँ?
I know.
बेटे का नाम भागवतम रखूँ?
हाँ रख सकते, क्यों नहीं रख सकते? It's up to you. You have to ask your daughter also.
I was going to say, you have to ask your daughter also. I mean, here anybody can make any decision.
See, the thing is that, Karen, the thing is that, you know about it, right?
The parents.
Many Indians, when they are in the foreign countries, Gopal becomes Gary,
Yeah.
Harish becomes Harry, right? So
Huh.
we are westernizing so much. We are giving up our own culture like that.
ठीक है, लेकिन the due date is also on Janmashtami. My daughter is due on either 15th or 16th of August, which
Very
is
good.
Janmashtami or India independence. So she's already planning Kanhaiya. But I've seen Kanhaiya Krishna बहुत सुने. Why not Bhagavatam, which is the full version of old Krishna and all that? So
Yes,